Hey, my name is PolishLynx. Welcome to the second episode of Red Spider2 Exiled. So, let's go. It seemed there wasn't anyone else after us, and we made it to the hotel Johnnie was staying at safe and sound. Without waiting for Wolf, we took the elevator to the guest room level. Standing in front of the door to his room, Johnnie's cell phone rang just as he had pulled out a keycard and was about to open the door. Oh, stopped.
I'll go in ahead.
Taking the card key from him, I opened the door, cautiously checking to see that this wasn't some kind of trap. Honestly, that was the first thing I was worried about, that there might be some bomb actually when we opened the door. But nothing happened. Slipping into the room, I quickly locked the door from the side and hung up the anonymous call I just made to Johnnie's cell phone. Lily! Ignoring Johnnie's voice from the other side of the door, I quickly checked that there was no one hiding and nothing dangerous set up in the room. After taking a quick look through the room, I returned to the doorway with an innocent look on my face.
Sorry, looks like I opened the door by mistake.
I thought Johnnie would be unhappy after being locked out of his room, but looked as nonchalant as ever. Okay, I'm having a look at the playlists, and it seems like no one has played this game on YouTube. So that's kind of good news for me, I guess. Because if someone decides to search for the game like that, you know, for a video or something, I'll end up being watched, so that's good. Anyway, okay. Finished inspecting the room. For a second I was worried that Johnnie had realized what I'd been doing. You like it, we can spend the night here together tonight. No thanks. His volume words leave my concerns and I replied.
Thanks, but no thanks. You're sharing this room with that bodyguard anyway, right? I'm not into letting strangers overhear my pillow talk.
Johnnie laughed heartily at my words. Oh really? That's a shame, but I guess it can be helped. I'm going to take a shower. Sorry, but can you wait here until Wolf gets back? With that, Johnnie disappeared in the bathroom. I did another quick check through the room for bugging devices and hidden cameras. God damn it, did he not close the door? It looked like the room was safe. I heard a knock on the door. That was Wolf's signal. For fuck's sake! Man, close the door of that freaking bathroom! I opened the door.
You're safe!
Thanks for your help. Where is Johnnie? Oh, okay, he's in the bathroom. I can hear. Because it's fucking loud! There's something I want to talk to you about later. Can you tell me your number now? I hesitated at first, but eventually gave him my cell phone number. Johnnie came out of the bathroom.
Oh, you're back! We didn't even have time to have any fun.
If you still want to, I can go out for a bit, but... From the way Johnnie was talking, I got the feeling he might try and hold me here, so I decided to make a quick exit.
Right, seeing as your bodyguard's back now, I think I'll get home. Bye-bye!
I expected Johnnie tried to stop me leaving.
Leaving already? I'll cancel my plans for the evening. We don't see each other much, so why don't you stay and we can get reacquainted?
I glanced over at Wolf for some help. You've got other plans tonight, don't you?
That would be right.
Did you hear her? Give up on trying to force her to stay, Johnnie. Wolf winked at Johnnie and surprisingly Johnnie gave in.
Fine, in that case go!
That was Wolf. He'd even managed to tame the high-handed Johnnie.
I'm going to be here for a while.
How about getting dinner together another day?
If the timing works out.
I'll be in touch. Give me your number. Unable to say no without a good reason, I ended up giving Jean-Clay my cell phone number too. Could have just given him a fake one. So technically, you called him, so he would have your number anyway. You don't want to walk you home? Jean-Clay opened the door as he spoke.
If you're being targeted, you probably need to stay low here, don't you?
Jean-Clay muttered a disappointed reply. I guess. Take care then. I could tell from the look on his face that he was genuinely concerned about me.
More than me, you should be the one taking care of yourself? Something like that.
Jean-Clay made a call to Ramrowan, the boss of a Thai mafia group called New Moon, who he'd been planning to meet with that evening. I want to cancel our meeting tonight.
Why?
Someone attacked me today.
What? Are you okay?
Don't worry, I'm fine. But I want to postpone our meeting at least until I figured out who it is that's after me.
Alright, we'll look into it as well.
What do you think? Hanging up the phone, Jean-Clay turned to Wolf. I don't know, they sounded pretty surprised too. Anyway, the meeting tonight's cancelled. The guys had an accent. They might have gathered a bunch of Chinese immigrants, but I'm guessing it's a Thai person behind it all. I'll ask Licorice for help, I'll pretend you don't know about it. Alright, they'll put her into a dangerous situation. Wolf burst out laughing, Jean-Clay's words of caution. You really don't know Licorice, do you? But yeah, I'll make sure she doesn't get into much trouble. Wolf started typing a text message to the number Licorice had just given him. We don't know who the attacker was, so I don't want to leave Jean-Clay alone. Do you think you could look into who could have been behind it for me? I love you, one. A few months later, he got a reply.
If you promise not to let Jean-Clay about it, I'll help you out. What do you want me to do?
We'll go to the same place again tomorrow and try and bait them. Tail the gunman.
Got it!
Around the same time, Ramrowan had summoned one of his subordinates, Deo, and was giving her orders. Deo, can you do me a favor?
What is it?
Apparently the guy I was supposed to meet with tonight, the head of the H Brothers, was attacked today. Can you look into who was behind it?
Okay.
Watching Deo leave, Ramrowan muttered to himself.
Who's trying to get in my way?
Vrovrovan? Something like that, maybe? The next morning, Jean-Clay and Wolf appeared in the main street again, looking for a place to get breakfast. This time, they were prepared for an attack from above and chose to eat indoors. Wolf screwed up his face as he watched Jean-Clay try some fried giant water bath. Ugh. He seemed to really be enjoying the water baths. I watched the two men from a distance. I wondered if the gunman would show up again today. As I was looking around to see whether I could catch a glimpse of the guys from yesterday, a woman came and sat down next to me. This girl was capable. I sensed it the second I saw how well trained her body looked. Watching her, she didn't look like she was out to kill, but she clearly wasn't an ordinary girl either. She glanced briefly in my direction as if to check on me. Could they have sent a female assassin today? If that was the case, then judging by the sniper from yesterday, it looked like there was some impressive manpower here in Thai as well. But it looked like we were in for some trouble if it was this woman we were up against. The two men finished their breakfast and, standing up purposefully, headed out into the back streets. As I went to leave my seat, the girl stood up as well. Following the two men, I saw a large group of young guys enter the streets they had just turned into. They weren't carrying weapons, so seemed to be unarmed, but I knew they'd be dangerous if we didn't cut down their numbers a bit. I wrapped my fingers around the gun in my back. Noticing my movement, she grabbed at my arm. Dodging her, I grabbed her arm with my other one and went to twist it. But with a look of ease, she untangled herself from my grasp. I ignored her, I pulled out my gun and aimed for the guys. A few of them fell quickly and the rest of the guys caught sight of us. Everyone ran to the far end of the alleyway. Giving up on me, she turned and ran towards the far end of the alleyway too. Of course I ran after them too. Was that a good idea? Now that I think about it, you're in Thailand, right? You know who would be capable of battling everyone there? Like, completely annihilating everyone? A certain lady that you might know from Black Lagoon. Highly recommended, by the way. Like, one of the best, in my opinion, anime. At least it's like one of my favorite, but it's freaking great. And Ravi is one of the best girls. Anyway, Kachi bumped with the man, she leaped and knocked one down with her elbow. With that, she continued to attack whoever she could get her hands on. She was racking the guys, meaning she was on our side. Slipping past her as she fought back at the guy surrounding her, I shot a stray guy as he was running further down the alley. With that, I was out of bullets. Putting the gun back in my back, I took out the knife instead. In the time it had taken me to do that, I'd been pretty well surrounded. Sensing someone coming at me from behind, I quickly crashed down and after sending him flying over me, floored him with a roundhouse kick. Before I even had the chance to take a breath, several guys flew at me. Even though their moves weren't very sophisticated, it was still difficult to deal with this many at once because we were so outnumbered. Watching each of their movements, I took them out one by one with my knife. All the while, the girl continued to attack the guys fiercely, sending them crashing to the ground. Knocking the guy in front of her to the floor with a high kick, she used the remaining momentum to spin and strike the next guy with her elbow. The only other person I'd seen that was this proficient in unarmed combat was my old teacher from Assassin School, Master Ma. Two more fell and the remaining four realized things weren't looking good and started to run. As they ran away, I threw my knife in their trajectory and stabbed one guy's neck.
Stop!
She yelled out.
Don't kill anymore, that's enough.
I decided not to take out another knife and turned to look at the girl.
You've killed far too many far too easily. How much money are you getting? I'm not getting any money for this. What? Why would you kill people if it wasn't for money? They tried to kill Jean-Clay, so I'll kill them, that's all. That's reason for them to be killed, not for you to kill them. Why do you kill people? Because it's what I do. Crazy.
Turning around, the woman noticed one of the collapsed men was still alive, and grabbing his neck started interrogating him in Thai. I pressed my gun to the groin of the man she was interrogating. The color immediately drained from the man's face and he started talking. I mean, I would start talking immediately. The woman's expression changed at his words.
What did he say?
She turned and looked at me.
Who are you anyway? One of Jean-Clay's bodyguards or something? Something like that. Lily, who are you?
Deo, one of Ramrowan's crew.
And this guy said he's acting under orders from number 7. Who's number 7?
An officer in Yemen.
So I guess he's the 7th officer. No. 7 is just a nickname. So why was the officer trying to kill Jean-Claude? Apparently he was trying to abduct him, not kill him. Why? I don't know, but either way this is treachery. But I don't believe it. I want to ask him about his intentions directly.
Looking at the perplexed look on those faces, I thought to myself, talk her out of it, take things in my own hands and nip the evil in the bud. Take things into my own hands and nip the evil in the bud, talk her out of it. Let's... Okay, you don't know about Ramrowan or whatever his name was, Ramro something. Let's go with this one. Or this one. Or none of them. Okay, let's first one. I spoke to Deb.
Don't do it! He most likely just wanted to intercept their trade. This kind of thing happens all the time. But it's only thanks to the boss that number 7 has been making so much money all this time. In that case, it's all the more likely that's what he was trying to do. If he can take over as boss, he'll earn more money.
Dale fell silent. Just then I received a text message from Wolf. Did you find out anything?
Are you going to report this? That's what I intend to do!
Can you wait a little?
How long?
A few hours is fine.
Let's meet on the roof of that building in 3 hours' time.
I sent a reply to Wolf.
I've got a suspect, so I'm going to gather some evidence. I'll be in touch again later. Wink, wink.
Dale headed to number 7's house to see what he was up to.
Was it you that ordered the attack on the boss of the Aged Brothers?
Yes, it was. Unfortunately, I keep failing through for thanks to that skilled bodyguard.
Why did you do it?
Are the Aged
Brothers a dangerous group?
I don't really intend to kill the Aged Brothers boss. Just make him paranoid enough to drop the deal with Ramrowan, then I was going to have him bargain with me instead. That's all I was after.
Are you really saying you didn't intend to kill him? Even though many people got killed in the process of trying to make him paranoid?
I hadn't expected that. It turns out Hong Kong's mobs are pretty scary too once you get them angry. Then I was planning on making it look like it was me that saved him after he got abducted, so he felt indebted to me, but we failed again today. More than that, you were the one that got in the way. No 7 started though. The girl that was with you, was she from the Aged Brothers?
Most likely.
It was that loose of you to team up with a complete stranger like that. Oh well, whatever. The next thing I'm thinking of trying is abducting that woman and using her to bargain with the boss of the Aged Brothers. I could have the Aged Brothers kill Ramrowan while I'm at it too, I guess. What are you
planning on doing?
Killing the boss and assuming his position?
I mean, killing the boss, assuming his position?
A boss who doesn't pay up is gonna lose his crew's loyalty. That's all.
You've earned next to nothing since leaving me and started reporting to Ramrowan, haven't you? While betraying the boss. Isn't it thanks to him that you have the riches you do now?
No 7 flared up at those words. My wealth is nothing to do with Ramrowan. It's thanks to my own resourcefulness. That's proved by the fact that none of the other officers have been as successful as me. And my enter key got stuck again. For heaven's sake. Think as you've gotten to know her, can I contract you to abduct the woman? If you work under me, I'll have you earning good money again. With that, No 7 pulled out a wad of beans and threw the money from the Dell. Consider this at the balls that you don't run everything. You need a lot of money for your brother's medical needs, right? Dale thought to herself. It was true that she wasn't indebted to the boss in any particular way. But that said, she wasn't harboring any resentments towards him either. So she had no reason to go out of her way to betray him. It wasn't the most attractive proposal ever, but she decided she'd do anything for money. And the very fact that number 7 had said this much must mean he was planning on killing her if she disagreed. Now that she was here, she had no choice but to accept the offer. Perhaps Lee had known that, and that's why she tried to stop her. Either way, she hadn't been left with any other options.
So I should abduct her and bring her here?
Yeah, if you bring her here, that's your job done. I'll pay you double this on top. If I hadn't expected you to do the job, I wouldn't have brought up the subject in the first place. That's how much trust I place in you. A feeling of fear washed over Dale at how number 7 confirmed that she had no other option but to do what he said. Alright. Make sure don't kill her. Should be no use for bargaining if she's already dead. Recalling how formidable an enemy Lily made, it occurred to Dale that she might have taken on an incredibly difficult task. But she couldn't turn back now. After waiting a while at the meeting place we'd agreed upon, Dale appeared.
Sorry I'm late. Did you figure out his intentions and all that?
It was just as you said.
So, what are you going to do?
I'll have you come with me. With that statement, Dale readied herself.
For money?
Yes. What a nuisance, I thought. Things were unfolding as I'd expected, but if this is what we had to go through, I would have been better off to have used brute force to stop her. Judging by her performance earlier, I wouldn't have much luck winning if she challenged me hand in hand to combat. But it looked like I had a chance of winning simply because she only wanted to abduct me, not to kill me. I leaped onto the handrail and, standing there, challenged Dale.
If you think you've got what it takes, then try me!
I could see Dale wince. I pulled my gun out as I deftly eluded her attempts to grab my feet and pulled me off at the handrail.
Don't move! I won't kill you, I'll hurt you but leave you alive.
Of course, she didn't listen. Jumping particularly high to avoid her fingers as she continued to grab to my feet, my foot slipped as I tried to land on the handrail again. For a second, Dale stepped grabbing at me. Clinging to the handrail by the back of my knees, I steadied myself to aim and shot at Dale's leg. Dale rolled around, holding her leg. Building momentum, I swung myself off the handrail and took another shot, this time aimed at Dale's hands. The bullet sent Dale's thumb flying.
Just go ahead and kill me. I can't do that. I'm going to have you testify that you're working under number 7 orders.
I kept my gun aimed squarely at her as I asked.
Didn't you tell me earlier not to kill unnecessarily? Are you saying you'd rather have me kill you than be killed for being a traitor? If that's how you feel, then why would you betray someone just to get some money?
Easy for you to say, just money, like money's nothing. I bet you couldn't even imagine what it's like to have family whose lives you have to buy with money.
I see, so you're using money as a means to steal a stranger's life so that someone else in your family can live instead. Or die before their children, that's just how it is. They'd have to be pretty pathetic parents to sit back and watch their kids get blood on their hands so their parents could live longer.
I don't have parents. My younger brother would die if it wasn't for my earnings.
Oh, I see. But your brother's going to end up in bad karma too because of you. Your brother didn't ask you to do what you're doing though. Turned her face away. Not saying a word. I mean, that's not what I said, but... I don't have anything against you paying your family's medical bills with the money you get from healing. But if you're going to keep blaming what you're doing on the family instead of accepting it as your own choice, you're not fit to be an assassin. Anyway, with those injuries, you won't be able to work as an assassin anymore. It's time for a career change.
We've got a text message from Licorice.
The person who attacked Jean-Claude was an officer at New Moon called Number 7. He apparently wanted to make him suspicious, and he accepted the trade.
We've sent back a reply. Thanks for looking into it. Have you secured evidence?
I've captured someone who was trying to abduct me. Hehehe. Can you summon the New Moon boss without going through Jean-Claude?
She's saying she wants to summon the boss with New Moon. Wolf tilted his head. A few months later I got a phone call from Wolf. Why do we need to summon the New Moon boss? If it's just for the sake of evidence, isn't the recording enough?
The person who was trying to abduct me reports directly to the Ramra one. She went behind his back for the promise of a decent sum of money from Number 7, but I want to ask him to spare her life.
Be begging for the lives of your enemies? You're even weirder than I thought. What's gotten into you? I could tell that Wolf was taken aback.
Weirder than he thought, huh? Maybe I'd caught something from that goody two-shoes policeman.
I looked down the who had previously collapsed on the ground at my feet. When I restrained her bleeding and bandaged her wounds, Deo hadn't resisted a bit and had quietly let me do whatever I needed to do. She would accept death as punishment for her treason. I guess it was her way of accepting responsibility for what she's done. She was completely different to me, would killed people without earning a cent, gone against the rules of my mob and was now on the run. But I sensed a similar darkness of my own in her in the way she had such skill, yet had been able to thrive in the underworld. It was a darkness carried by those who'd looked death in the eyes since childhood, who'd had no one to protect them and who'd never felt alive. I thought that Wolf would understand how I felt as he shared the same darkness with me too.
She's an orphan like us.
A Licorice I know isn't the kind of person that would get all sympathetic over something minor like that. It's not going to be easy to summon the New Moon boss without telling Jean-Claude your true identity. Saying that much, Wolf fell silent for a moment. You just said that person you want to say was the person who tried to abduct you, right? What were they planning to do with you once they abducted you?
It sounds like they were going to take me hostage and use me to bargain with Jean-Claude.
And it was an officer called Number 7 that ordered them to abduct you.
That's the story!
In that case, get her to take you captive. We'll tell the New Moon boss that we figured out who was behind the attack earlier and get him to come to the hotel. We could expose Number 7's plot while still keeping your identity as a secret if we had the New Moon boss overhear his discussion with Jean-Claude. As he spoke, Wolf looked over at the next room, making sure that Jean-Claude wasn't listening in on the conversation. From the way Jean-Claude was being so overprotective of Licorice, he'd most likely be against the plan if he found out.
You're telling me to get myself abducted by someone who's injured?
I was appalled. If you're already committed to saving this girl but still want to keep your identity a secret, this is your only option. If you're going to beg them to save her life, she can't be that badly injured, can she? I wasn't happy about it, but I had no choice then to go with his suggestion.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Hanging up the phone, I spoke to Deo.
Can I get you to take me to Number 7's plant?
What are you talking about?
We'll have the Ramra one over here whatever Number 7 proposes to Jean-Claude, and that way we can expose his plans. And by taking me captive you will fulfill your contract, so it's like killing two birds with one stone, don't you think? Once you hand me over, take the money and get out of there.
Are these orders from your boss?
That's pretty rough treatment. He's not technically my boss.
You're protecting me even though he's not your boss?
Are you in love with him then? nothing like that. It's all a little complicated. I don't get the way you think at all, but... You mentioned on the phone just now that you were an orphan too? Can you understand Cantonese? Only a little? Did you empathize with me because we come from similar backgrounds? Not empathize, it's more that I can understand your situation. I'm lost as to whether you're cold-blooded or not. But if this is what I've gotten us into, I should have listened to you in the first place when you went. You tried to stop me. We can't do anything about it now. If you want to return home alive for brother's sake, your best option is to get on board with this plan. I guess so. But with these injuries, you're going to be the one taking me to number 7's house. Not the other way around, you know. It's going to look pretty suspicious. All you have to do is make up some story about how you dragged me into coming with you.
They shrugged.
You're a con artist too, I see. Assassins need to be good for others too. That's another reason you'd never make a good assassin.
They smiled painfully.
Alright, I'll take you to number 7. I'll leave the rest up to you.
I guess we can end the episode here. And I guess we will do that. So hope you enjoyed. It's getting interesting, I've got to admit. We'll see how this basically develop. Hope to see you tomorrow in the next episode. Bye bye.